total supply, max supply, as in how many Bitcoin there can be in total, right, is 21 million. That's how much Bitcoin there can ever be, ever. You cannot make more than 21 million Bitcoin. It's impossible. Unless you were to make an exact replica copy of Bitcoin, which there are already plenty, and you set the parameters at 21 million. But then again, that's just a copy of Bitcoin. That's not the original Bitcoin that everyone has already invested in. So there wouldn't really be much point in doing that. We already have the original Bitcoin. So there's currently 18.7 million Bitcoin in circulation. And there can be a total of 21 million Bitcoin, which means that we're already about 90%. 90% of the total supply of Bitcoin are already in circulation. That might seem like a lot, 21 million, but it's actually really not. Compared to ADA, which is another one of my favorite cryptocurrencies, their max supply for their token is 45 billion tokens. 45 billion ADA coins can ever be produced. The circulating supply currently is 32. Bitcoin's worth what Bitcoin's worth because it's scarce. And some of these other coins and currencies have different max supplies. You know, Ethereum, for example, doesn't even have a total supply. There can be an infinite amount of Ethereum, as there can be an infinite amount of this coin and this coin and this coin and this coin, etc. Right? So with cryptocurrencies, we know what we're playing with. We know the parameters. We know what the max amount of Bitcoin is that there can be. We don't actually know just how much gold there is in the planet. So the price of gold, you could say, is actually more uncertain than the price of Bitcoin. Now, that's probably really arguable because people say, oh, cryptocurrencies are highly speculative, but where's the speculation when this is a digital asset that has the parameters literally coded into itself to be a deflationary asset, guaranteed, basically, so long as people are investing in it, so long as people believe in it, so long as people see it as a better option to what the current main store of value is, which is gold, right? Gold has been the main store of value for a long time. It's been the most kind of valued resource, or the most valuable resource, not in terms of usage either, but just in terms of scarcity, just in terms of how much there is. Bitcoin is set. We know exactly how much Bitcoin we can get. And we know exactly how much is being mined every day. We know exactly how much, because this is all happening on a blockchain, a public blockchain, which is the other half to the coin, to the crypto coin, to the crypto face, right? To, as in crypto is a coin. On the one hand, we have the actual tokens, and then on the other hand, we have the actual blockchain, which is like the network on which these tokens are born, right? So Bitcoin is born on the Bitcoin network. Ethereum is born on the Ether network, or Ethereum network. ADA, right here, is born on the Cardano network. Binance Coin is born on the Binance network, or the, what do they call it? I don't know, they have a name for the network. So we already have more guarantee with Bitcoin as a store of value than we ever will have with gold. So it's almost a no-brainer to switch from gold to Bitcoin as a store of value, because A, Bitcoin is digital, meaning you don't have to move it around. B, you can send it, transact it digitally with minor fees. Although with Bitcoin, yeah, you still might have to pay some fees, like £5, £10 transaction fees. And you can store it digitally as well, wherever you want, in whichever wallet. And so long as you know your password, you have access to all of your funds in Bitcoin. But if you had gold, you'd probably be wanting to keep it in a safe somewhere, or in a safety deposit box in a bank, for example. Or, it's just not something that is very practical to move around and to exchange. It's like, hey, if I want to buy a fucking chocolate bar at the shop with one whole gold bar, I would need to literally go sand my gold bar down into dust and just give the shopkeeper like a bit of dust for a chocolate bar. It's just not convenient as a form of currency either. So Bitcoin actually has the ability to be used as a currency, even though there's better options out there. I'm not going to say like ADA. I'm not going to lie, like ADA, Binance Coin, Tether, XRP, Dogecoin even are probably better choices for currency over Bitcoin. But Bitcoin's really good as a store of value because of its scarcity, because of its 21 million, which might seem like a lot, but like I said, compared to ADA, which is more intended to be used as a currency, ADA has a max supply of 45 billion. And that's because they don't want the price of ADA going to ridiculous prices to where to own one ADA token, you need to have like $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000. In the case of Ethereum, it's like to buy one ETH token, you need $3,123. It's like, even though it doesn't really matter with cryptocurrency, because you can always just buy fractions of a coin, right? So it doesn't even ultimately matter what the price of a coin is, because you can always just buy a fraction of it. If we go look at my Binance account, and I'll openly show you guys. So this is Binance, and I'll show you guys Ethereum. I have 0.2577 blah 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 Ethereum. So I don't even own one whole Ethereum token. Bitcoin the same, 0.09 of a Bitcoin. And then obviously with the lower priced coins, you can actually buy whole lots of them. But it's kind of irrelevant what the prices of these coins are, unless you are looking at them as an investment, as I'm going to buy some and hold it, and hopefully it's going to go really, really, really fucking high. So I don't want to get too off track. I want to get back to what I originally wanted to speak about, which is, now that we have a little bit of an understanding of what are the perks, benefits of crypto, the fact that the dollar, and I think I was just watching a video, the dollar, which is kind of the world's currency at the moment, value of the dollar. Right, so let's go ahead and show you guys the value of the dollar over time. I'm sure you guys probably already know what to expect if you're clued in at all, but this is basically the chart right here. This is 1635. I don't even know the dollar existed that long ago, to be honest. But so purchasing power of $1. So back then, $1 would have been basically $76. Do you see what I'm trying to get at? This is the dollar just over time. Do you think it's ever going to return to normal? Because let me explain what's going on behind the scenes. Is they're literally just printing money, 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 an infinite amount of money, which cannot be sustainable. You cannot have something that just gives you an infinite amount and for that to have a set value forever. It's not. If the supply, my ECU just came. Yeah, if you have such a high supply of something, you cannot expect the value of that thing to stay the same forever, because that's just not the way things work. We give value to things that are valuable, that have value. Cash only has value because we've given it value, because people in higher places have convinced us that this has value. And it has had value. It's had value because we've been able to use it to transact between each other. That's the value that it's had. But we are moving on. Like, cash is dead already. Since Corona happened, cash died. Cash died. I'm sure you've seen that for yourself already. Cash has died. And we're now basically moving into an era where obviously a lot more is digital, including money, which is where cryptocurrencies come in. And this is why I say that cryptocurrency is more legit than regular cash, fiat money. And the reason for this is fiat regular money, you can just infinitely print it. There's an infinite supply. With cryptocurrencies, we can create an infinite amount of cryptocurrencies, but within the parameters of a specific cryptocurrency, we can input things like a total supply, say 21 million. And if we all agree to use this cryptocurrency with the best parameters as our form of store of value, for example, Bitcoin, or actual use as a currency, let's say ADA or XRP or some other cryptocurrency, then we're going to start shifting the value out of cash and into these things because they work better. It makes sense for us to just naturally evolve and adapt into whatever works better for ourselves, unless we're unconsciously holding on to whatever doesn't work. So I'm going to tie this all in really nicely, right? Like it's by the end of this video, buying crypto is going to make so much fucking sense to you. That's it. That's what I'm going to say. So we've got this current thing that we use to exchange, which is just losing its value just drastically, dramatically, right? Pretty much since it got made. It didn't even last. So it got made 1636 and it reached its peak in 1694. So basically 60 years. That's how much the benefits of the dollar or cash really lasted about 60 years, and then it just started down the drain. Also, another thing is all of the debt in the world. I don't really know anything about that. I just know that there is a ton of fucking debt in the world, which is not able to be covered by the amount of cash that is currently in the world. A lot of money and value, what we call money is really just value, has been put into assets, right? Real estate, gold, trading commodities, right? Now cryptocurrencies, and just so many other assets, right? There was literally countless amount. Anything that you could see in this planet could be an asset. So we have this currency that is just dropping in value, and coincidentally this currency is the world reserve currency because it's kind of the one that there is the most amount of, and it's the most used. Here's the funny part, right? The banks are not stupid. The businessmen and the people that supply the cash and run the printing and are involved, the government and all of this shit, they're not stupid. They know they can't bring back the value of the dollar. They just can't. In fact, they're making it even worse because they're printing so much money now because of COVID and all of these stimulus checks and blah, 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 blah. People think they're getting money for free, but You're not, because in 1, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 years, 6 years time, even now already, that money is already practically worthless compared to if you had put some money into cryptocurrency a few years ago. So what's happening right now is this huge shift in money, in value, really, in what we perceive to be valuable. There is currently a huge shift in what we perceive to be valuable. Because we're evolving, and hence technology is evolving. So this is all just kind of a natural manifestation of the collective leveling up and decentralizing itself, becoming more conscious and more aware and less greedy, less control centered, less centralized, less fraudulent, essentially, because this current system is pretty fraudulent. So the smart money, or the big companies, they all know that this is happening. They all know this is happening. And even recently, we've had JP Morgan and a bunch of other big banks announce publicly that they're investing quite a bit of money into Coinbase and other crypto exchanges, and crypto in general, really. So the media is now finally beginning to let on that, hey, these companies are actually starting to get involved with crypto. But the truth is, they've already been involved with crypto. They've already been putting millions and billions of dollars into cryptocurrency, because they know that their dollars in a couple years' time is not going to be worth anything. And by that time, cryptocurrency is already going to be flourishing. There's going to be kind of like this gray area where the value of regular money is just going down and the value of cryptocurrency is going up. And if you're caught at the bottom of the dollar being worth nothing, then you're not going to have enough leverage, enough money to really make the most of this shift. That's why the sooner you get in, the better. And so this big shift of wealth, right? All of the smart people know that their cash money is going to be worthless in a couple of years. So they're shifting it into assets, whether that be real estate, whether that be gold, whether that be cryptocurrency, whether that be literally anything else that is more valuable and useful than cash. That's how you're going to win. Like, that's how, this is such a key moment in time, because what's currently happening probably won't happen again for the rest of my generation's lifetime, and possibly even the generation after me, my brother's generation. So, because once we do shift to cryptocurrency, that's going to be the currency for then a long time, until we probably don't even need to use currency anymore. We won't need money anymore, because we'll have finally integrated and start using free energy technology, which is something else that I also want to talk about. I'm really enjoying making this video right now, because I know just how valuable this kind of information is. Like, I really, like, I don't know if you guys can see, but this is a tiny little bit of tear. That's just show you guys the energy that is moving through me right now. You'll never see somebody cry about cryptocurrency like me, bro. No, you'll see people cry about things that they care about and that they see potential in and truth in, right? I know cryptocurrency is the future. I know it. But what does that mean to us? It's like, well, currently, whilst this shift is happening, we can make the most of it. We can take what we currently have, even if it's not much. Because I got started, I invested about £1,000, £1,500 into cryptocurrency, and that's more than, I think, 9x, 10x even currently. We can go and find out, actually. I'll show you guys. Actually, in total, I think in between me and my stepdad, we invested about £2,500. That is now £11,318. And this is just through cryptocurrency, having bought and held cryptocurrency over the course of, I got started in February, start of February. And I'm making this video now, it's 26th of August. So I had actually already hit 11 and 12K during just before May, when prices, the market cap, the crypto market cap had just hit $2 trillion, right? So I'm still expecting this to keep going up. I have my price predictions. I have my understanding of how this bull cycle in this crypto market is happening. By the way, bull just means up. Like a bull cycle is the market going up and then coming back down. That's a whole bull cycle. A bear cycle is, well, when it goes down, essentially. Bull cycle is when it goes up, bear cycle is when it comes down. So we're currently in a bull cycle. We've been going up since last year, 2020, like September or something like that. And I don't expect this to end until the end of 2021. Because from looking at the charts and everything else and doing some research and learning, and being on YouTube is a great place to learn, so long as you're learning from people that you actually resonate with and you understand what they're saying, then YouTube is a good place to learn. There are definitely places you can pay and learn more in depth, such as my course. You guys can go and buy that on Thinkific and Udemy. Even though I'm already giving like quite a bit of information here, but I'm that confident in my course that you'll learn so much more. So even looking at the charts, right? Once you understand some of the fundamentals of cryptocurrency, it's a good thing to learn charts and candle bars and price action and Wyckoff and supply and demand. So like this whole top section here, this is like a super calculated sell-off. Like there was a lot of accumulation, as you can see. Bitcoin being bought, Bitcoin being bought, Bitcoin being bought, Bitcoin being bought, Bitcoin being sold, Bitcoin being bought, Bitcoin being bought, Bitcoin being sold, bought, sold a little bit, bought, sold quite a little bit more, and then it came back down in May, and people thought this is going to be some mad crash, and that's it, it's over. But we're back up into the high 40,000s now, so we're still yet to see where this really goes for the rest of this year. Don't come to 100% conclusions. Even though I'm pretty certain that we're not done for the year, I can't really say that I know that for sure. What I do know for sure is that cryptocurrency is going to be used, is the currency of the future. That's what I do know. So in the long term, I know Bitcoin at least is going to keep going up because of its properties, because of its use, because of its supply. Bitcoin is likely to keep going up for a while until we reach the max supply, most likely. So the longer you wait to buy cryptocurrency, the less leverage you're really going to have, because right now your dollar is worth whatever your dollar's worth. But in 3, 4, 5 years time, your dollar may really genuinely be worth 50% less. No cap. And that's because of the amount of money that they're printing right now. So the key point here that I'm trying to get across is there is a shift happening of wealth, of money, of value, of what we perceive to be valuable. And naturally, cryptocurrency is more valuable than regular cash because it can be used for more. It can be stored digitally. We can send it digitally. We don't have to rely on third-party intermediaries like banks to hold our money for us or even allow our transactions to go through. We don't, that's done. That's of old time. Plus, it's all on the blockchain. So transactions are visible to everyone. You might want to be more private, and there's going to be options for that. XMR, Monero, for example, is a cryptocurrency that makes your transactions extra anonymous, extra private, because when you send it, it basically VPNs your transaction. I'm not going to say much more because I'm not really, don't want to get into the specifics of cryptocurrencies, but I cannot emphasize just how much more valuable cryptocurrency is in of itself. Like it's valuable in of itself. Cash is only valuable because we gave it the value of it being something that we're going to exchange. Otherwise, it's just paper. Everyone fucking knows this. It's just plastic. It's just paper. Cryptocurrency is a digital actual asset that requires work to create. And once it is created, it can be used for so much more than just exchanging. And the way in which we exchange it and store it is so much more practical than cash and digital cash, like the money that you have in your bank account. That money technically is owned by the bank. You don't really even own that money because they're the ones holding it. It's a crazy, crazy world we live in. And once you begin to understand it more, especially this kind of more financial side to it, because it's been really well, it hasn't particularly been hidden. It just doesn't get spoken about. They don't teach you this in school. So that's why I'm here. And guys, I'm no expert at economics. Okay, I didn't study business. I didn't study economics. I don't know the intricacies of the world debt and the politics behind it. You don't have to. You just need to understand that cryptocurrency is more valuable than regular cash. And so the smart people with a lot of cash are beginning to move that cash into other assets. And specifically here, we're talking about cryptocurrency because A, it's new and it has a lot of potential. And it's a really legit way for us. It's a legit alternative as a digital cash system, which is more anonymous than our current system and better in literally every single way. So I think I've driven the point home enough. This felt like a really rewarding, fulfilling video to make because, like, personally for me, this is the key takeaway from crypto currently at this point in time, is that there's this big shift going on and we can make the fucking most of it, even if it's just with £100, £200, even just £50. I had my friend put in, I'm gonna double check with her, but I'm pretty sure it was about £30 or something, and that's doubled over the course of just a few months. That's doubled. So if you can do that, right, it might not seem like a lot. Oh, double 50 is just £100. It's like, cool. The point is obviously that you can gradually make this shift, because this shift isn't going to happen in a year or 2 years. It's probably going to take at least 5 to 10 years for this to fully take place, for this shift to really fully happen. But you don't want to get caught on the short end. You don't want to pick the short straw, or whatever the fucking expression is. The sooner the better. And I don't want to rush anyone. Like, if you're not in a place right now financially to buy cryptocurrency, don't do it. Make sure you have a cushion, even if it's just a little bit, even if it's just a thin cushion, make sure, okay? But you can trust that cryptocurrency is going to be widely used in the future. And as you get into the crypto space and buy my course and learn more about cryptocurrency, so you understand what are the differences between some of these currencies, and how can I find the next Bitcoin, right? How can I find a coin that I can invest £100 in and make £1,000? Okay, my personal example is having invested, here, I'll show you guys, and we can even do the maths and show you guys the potential of cryptocurrency, right? This is VeChain. What they're trying to do with their blockchain is basically cater to like shipping aspects of businesses, if that makes sense. So like the shipping costs and sourcing and all of this kind of stuff is what VeChain is dedicating itself to, or the network really behind VeChain is dedicating itself to providing its blockchain usage and capabilities to companies so that they can better source, track their products or whatever they're sending. And I don't know all of the specifics about this, but from what I had read, I liked it because they also have a lot of partnerships with a lot of big companies already. So I was like, cool, I'm going to go into this. And a lot of cryptocurrency is kind of like stocks, guys. There are genuine development teams and companies behind these cryptocurrencies that are making them do something more than just be a currency. Bitcoin is not like that, but many of these other coins are. So VeChain, I got in at around 4 cents, I think, here. Actually was, wow, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, I actually got in here into VeChain. I bought 10,000 VeChain, which at the price of 0.04 cents, so 4 cents. Let's get the calculator out. So if we do the maths and figure out how much 10,701. Okay, so I put in about $428 into VeChain, which is about, let's figure out that out in pounds. So I put in about £311 into VeChain, right? So £300. We are currently at, so that was at 4 cents. I had bought 10,000 VeChain at 4 cents, right? Which was about £300 worth of VeChain. Currently, at the current price of basically 12 cents, that is now worth, okay, so VeChain, 10,000 VeChain, currently worth £928. So let me do the exact maths. 928 take away 311, £617 profit in between. Okay, it might seem like a long time, but it's not really, because I bought that in February. I'm pretty sure on my birthday, actually, February 26th. And now it's been, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6 months for those kind of profits, right? That's £600 profit. But in between that time, we had already reached 25 cents. So let's figure out how much it would be worth at 25 cents. 0.25. That $428 would be worth $2,675. So let me do the maths on that real quick. 2,675 take away 428. $2,247 profit. So £1,637 profit in, since I had bought it in February, one and a half months. £300 to 1,637. And that's actually the profit, because I had already taken away the initial investment calculations. So that is the whole profit, £1,637 from £300 in a month and a half. That's the kind of leverage that we're playing with. that's just an example. You guys can see clearly that this is my account. Hello. You can see here the overview, the spot account. I'm not hiding anything. So this is the potential of crypto. Obviously, I did the research on the coin enough so to feel like, yeah, this is something that I want to invest in. And I went ahead. Obviously, that's not even my only investment. My main investment, which is even more impressive, is ADA, which I'm not even going to go into. I'm just going to end the video now because I've said enough. But yeah, I just wanted to show the potential of the actual gains, the profits that you can make with crypto if you make the right decisions. And obviously you're never really gonna 100% know if your decision is the right decision. But what I do is, if I intuitively feel, if I just feel good about a certain project, if I start reading about it and I start feeling good, it means that something inside me is saying, yes, yes, you might not even fully logically understand what that is, but something inside you already knows. Call it intuition, call it magic, call it guidance, call it higher self, call it God, whatever you want to call it. Trust that. But in order to make yourself feel more knowledgeable, read up about that coin, do the research. What are they trying to do? How is that different from the other coins? So you read up on other coins, and then you gradually begin to notice the differences between these cryptocurrencies and what they bring to the table. That's it. That's been me. That's been Maurizio, aka Crypto Sensei. I think that's a good little introductory crypto video to start relighting the fire on my YouTube. But yeah, I want to continue bringing more videos around crypto, whatever I think is useful and like more so kind of mind-blowing. I'm trying to really talk about the parts of crypto that are like, it really gets people motivated and understanding crypto. So you can be both gassed about the profits and gassed about the revolution. Awesome. And yeah, gonna not only do crypto videos, but just kind of sharing my life and adventures that I go on. And yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna leave it here. Thank you guys for listening. Like, subscribe, or dislike, or whatever. I don't really care. A little bit, I care a little bit. But it's all good. Much love. If you need any help with anything, you guys can message me on my socials. I'll leave that down below as well, or just leave a comment. Peace.